It
It
just
doesn't
flashes.
blink.
Yeah, okay.
Now it's blinking.
Yeah, okay. then
Okay.
Just point it towards me,
All right.
and you can hold it at any level. It's just
All
the
right.
audio mostly that needs to be done. I tried. I wanted to save her. I did what I could. They gave her medication. This is the 60s. The late 60s and 70s when Valium was given out like candy. I saw her go through so much that just didn't need to happen. Back then, they gave it out. Calm down, calm down. Here, take a Valium. Well, my mother was given the kinds of medications back then that were perceived as being harmless. She had a reaction. She went to the hospital. They tried countering the reaction. They over-medicated her. I lost my mother's mind. I lost my mother and her mind. That's right. She was put into an insane asylum after that. I was 8, 9, 10 years old seeing this all go on. I played music. It was my way of escaping. And I later found out it was my way of finding peace. Because what was happening was something beyond my control. I could see it happening, but I could do nothing about it. It was so heartbreaking, so deeply challenging to my young little heart. And nobody had an answer for me. When I went to high school, I was pretty much alone in the house. I had my sister there, and I'd make breakfast for her, and we'd be off in school, and I'd love hearing the orchestra when I would pass. That's right, I would pass purposely by the lunchroom to hear the orchestra. I'm going to play in that orchestra someday. I learned. I watched. I paid attention. I even started working at a music store. I was 13 years old. And I got good. I had this big bass, and I was this little kid. And I was playing riffs. They couldn't believe that I was picking it up so quick. At that time, the music store, they had practices of this Peter, Paul, and Mary group where they would play around the Detroit area. That's right. Popular. This is in the 70s. All those throwbacks from Woodstock, right? Anyway, I would go there and learn music theory after school. No one was watching me. And as I got better and better, they asked me, would you like to join our band? Now these are 35, 38-year-olds. I said, sure. So I took my bass that I got from the high school, and I traveled around. I went to parks, I went to bat mitzvahs, I went to parties. Sometimes I'd go to bars. And they'd drive me. I couldn't drive. In fact, in between the sets, playing the music, I do my homework. I have my math on this side, my English, my reading here, and in the back, they'd be laughing and smoking some pot. And when I got home, sometimes really late, didn't matter. My father was there sometimes. Sometimes he was with his girlfriend. My sister had run away by that time. She couldn't take his discipline. So I was alone with my bass. My first day in the orchestra, when I did play, I didn't tell anybody. But I had prepared, and I finally got fourth chair, the introduction into playing with an orchestra. And there in the corner was Claire Chen, playing the violin so beautifully. I couldn't take my eyes off her. My eyes were supposed to be on the music. I faked playing for a few bars because I just had to watch her. And the cellist, boy, was she pretty too. But I couldn't tell if I was in love with the music or the girls playing it. And I wanted to play so good for them so they would notice me like I'm noticing them. They got first chair, I'm going to get first chair. But I was overwhelmed with emotion. I couldn't believe the beauty I was hearing playing in that orchestra. And this is just high school, right? But no, I was excited. I was playing with others, and this piece of music was overwhelming me. And a little over half through the piece, the instructor didn't even really pay attention to me. He was more interested in how the piece was put together and his timing and listening to this and that. I played one note after the other, and I realized I was part of a family. I started to cry. I've never told anybody that. I walked out feeling like the music was going to provide me something that no man, no woman, no one could provide me. Yes, I was expressing myself through the bass, but I was doing more with it. I was grieving. I was understanding, somehow, through the music, that this was someday going to make sense. I lost my mother early in life. I had to find a way through it.